Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell if you watch me with any regularity, which not too many people do, I have not been making any YouTube videos. I've been going through a lot. I have cervical spinal stenosis, and it's really been hurting me lately. But I had to make this video today, and I'm honestly kind of scared to make it. I'm honestly scared to make it because the person I'm making it about has a humongous following and they're famous, but I felt I needed to speak out. I've been reading a book lately called The Alter Ego Effect, and it's by Todd Herman, and it speaks about moments of impact. And I'm thinking right now, this may be a moment of impact for me. And even though I'm scared to do this, I need to do it. And the reason why is because of love. So, I was watching Jen Love today, actually, and she does a show called What's Up in Makeup. And a commercial came on. I was watching it and there was Lady Gaga there. She has a makeup company called House Labs, right? And it's a vegan and cruelty-free brand. Well, it was not for House Labs that this commercial was for. It was for a pharmaceutical company called Pfizer. And it was for Nurtec, I believe, which is a migraine drug. You know, not a drug to save people's lives with diabetes or anything like that. It's a migraine drug, okay? And, I just felt some dissonance in that moment when I saw it, and I felt upset. The reason why I need to make this video due to love is because some of you may know that my best friend in the world is a beagle, and his name is Bernie. He comes from a pharmaceutical research facility, okay, and it's in Avos, Missouri. It was called Sinclair Research, but they sold that part of the business, the pharmaceutical research part, to Alta Sciences, okay? Anyway, they do pharmaceutical research, and if you want to see how those beagles were treated at Sinclair, I had it today in my search history, but I forgot the name. But I'm going to go look it up. And before I do that, I also want to say that for Nurtec, I did look up whether they did animal studies for that. They absolutely did on rats. And I just wonder how many rats they did studies on. Not only did they do studies on rats, they did them on pregnant rats to see, you know, how this migraine drug would affect pregnant women. So let me go look up some information for you really quick, and I will come back to film more. Bernie, can you say hi to everyone? So this is my best friend. His name is Bernie. He comes from Sinclair Research in Avos, Missouri. They sold themselves to Alta Sciences. Here is his number tattoo on his ear. He is a pharma research dog. Now that I'm in my office looking at the name of the video, and I don't recommend people watch this video. It's actually very upsetting. And, you know, anytime I do, I have to make sure that Bernie's not around, so he can't hear it. But it's called Investigation Exposes Cruelty at IAM's Lab. So, the drug that Lady Gaga is helping Pfizer promote is called Nurtec, ODT. They have a thing with Lady Gaga has been dealing with migraine for most of her life, you know, and stuff like that. And the never-ending cycle of migraine. And good for you, Lady Gaga, that even with migraines, without the help of Nurtec, you were able to make the career you were able to make. So, you know, good on you for that. But let's go ahead and put in Nurtec animal testing. Here it is. Animal studies show that the drug may cause congenital anomalies known as birth defects. Animal studies do not always indicate what may happen in humans. Right. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because they're pointless. However, every pharmaceutical drug on the market has been animal tested. And these are not just a few animals. They test thousands of animals for one drug. And I mean, they test thousands of animals for one formulation of the drug. And they're testing several formulations, okay? My whole point in this video is not, there are other celebrities, and, you know, I didn't feel this way when I saw them in commercials for, you know, the diabetes drug because maybe their child has diabetes or they have diabetes. The whole point of this is Lady Gaga is supposed to be this person who, you know, is very powerful. She has a powerful voice, right? She has a huge following. And, you know, if she's sitting there saying to take some drug, her followers, her fans are going to do it. You know what I'm saying? They are going to choose that over others. And it's not the fact that, you know, she has migraines and she's treating them with a drug because, like, anything she could take for that has been animal tested. That's not my point. But she has a company. She has a makeup company that is supposed to be vegan and cruelty-free. Yet she's going to take a large chunk of money from a pharmaceutical company who tests on not just rats. They test on dogs. They test on mini pigs. And let me tell you about mini pigs. Okay, so I told you. My dog comes from Sinclair Research, right? They sold the pharmaceutical testing part to Alta Sciences. But they are still in the business of animal research because they make mini pigs to be tested on. And if you go down to the bottom of their website, Sinclair Bioresources, if you click on atherosclerosis, they tell you exactly how they give pigs atherosclerosis. Pigs naturally develop atherosclerosis. Aortic streaks are observed in young pigs within a few weeks when fed diets high in fat, particularly saturated fat and cholesterol. Lesions that produce partial occlusion of arteries do not appear until experimental diets are fed for months, but the disease state may be hastened by mechanically denuding the arterial intima. So they're giving miniature pigs, and we know that pigs are very smart. They're giving them diseases. Here's osteopenia and osteoporosis. Miniature swine. Let's see what they do to them. In addition to the above young osteopenia model, which they're talking about a live animal, that results in significant bone loss and microstructural alterations in a compressed time period of 6 months. We are also evaluating adult miniature swine osteopenia models that will produce a gradual bone loss without growth artifacts. To achieve this purpose, the peak bone mass and calcium requirements of the Sinclair miniature swine were determined. Peak bone blah 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 blah. Anyway. An adult model is created by giving overectomized adult females a moderate calcium diet. A limb suspension study using intact adult Sinclair miniature swine has also been very encouraging. 10 months after gastrectomy, there was a bone density loss of 11.6% and 21.1% in the spine and femur, respectively. Do you not think this is painful? But this is the pharmaceutical research industry. And Lady Gaga doesn't mind taking money from them. So, I mean, I'm telling you, when I saw that commercial, it made me furious. It made me cry. Because it just made me start to think about all the stuff that Bernie had been through. In the video that I suggested that you not watch, they're doing a procedure on the beagles. And I'm always like feeling on Bernie's hind leg, and I'm always wondering if they did that to him. So, you know, if this video ever gets to you, Lady Gaga, I ask that you rescind ever working with the pharmaceutical industry ever again. You know, I take pharmaceuticals when I need to, and I don't have a problem with you, you know, treating your migraines. Even with drugs that have been tested on animals, because, like, what choice do we have? But I have a problem with you taking money from them and encouraging your fans to buy drugs from them to continue the process of animal testing and animal abuse, because that's what it is. And I guess that's all I have to say.